Top 10 Luxury Halloween Vacations. It will soon be time to break out the jack-o'-lanterns, spider webs, and gravestones to decorate your front lawn for Halloween. It's almost a ritual of the passage to dress up as a scary monster or have a superhero and run around the neighborhood begging for candy on Halloween. Do you wish to maximize your enjoyment of the forthcoming Halloween celebrations? Why not base your next vacation around one of the most terrifying places on Earth? This Halloween, you can spend it almost anywhere you want, from the haunted houses of your own hometown to the historic streets of the New Orleans or the landmarks of London. Hello and welcome to our channel, everybody. I want you to take a second and subscribe to our channel so that we can continue with this amazing video. Thanks. Now, let's start the 10 luxury Halloween vacations. Salem, MA. The events of 1692 that came to be known as the Salem Witch Trials are deeply linked to the history of Salem, Massachusetts. Over 100 people were accused during the strict religious mass hysteria, 30 were found guilty, and at least 19 were put to death as a direct result of the events. Several museums and memorials in the city now shed light on what happened and why, marking this somber period in the town's history. Salem is always bustling with tourists because of its storied history with witchcraft and its close proximity to the Halloween. See the Salem Witch Museum, the Salem Witch Village, the Witch House, and the Witch Dungeon Museum. In typical fashion, Salem is flush with Halloween-themed events and specials. As far as entertainment goes, you won't have to look far here. Sleepy Hollow, New York. The town of Sleepy Hollow is the setting for Washington Irving's epic, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, in which protagonist Ichabod Crane meets the legendary Headless Horseman. Actual Sleepy Hollow is a quaint riverside community about an hour's drive north of the downtown New York City. Travel around the town and see the beautiful Sleepy Hollow, the Phillipsburg Manor, and the Sleepy Hollow Lighthouse. The heavily forested region is chalk, full of walking trails and grassy clearings. The graves of the Washington Irving, Andrew Carnegie, and William Rockefeller can be found in the Sleepy Hollow. As night falls, make your way towards the city and make it cross the Headless Horseman Bridge safely. You can't find a better place to spend Halloween. Savannah, GA. According to tourism materials, Savannah is America's most haunted city. Its 1830s and 1840s architecture have many settings that would be at home in a horror movie. People who appreciate art will find a lot of love in Savannah. You can see the mansion that inspired John Barronet's best-selling novel Midnight in the Garden of the Good and Evil by paying a visit to the Mercer Williams House Museum. Proceed then toward the river and the Savannah City Market. The museums here are a must-see because they represent the art and soul of Savannah. Finally, give yourself time to absorb the fantastic artistic sensibilities of this most southern of towns. Enjoy a leisurely stroll along the river street and a stop at the Cathedral Basilica of the St. John the Baptist. There is no better example of the neo-Gothic architecture than the Roman Catholic Church of the 19th century, and that includes the beautiful stained glass windows. Williamsburg, VA. Williamsburg is no exception when it comes to celebrating Halloween, and it's perhaps best known for Colonial Williamsburg, a living history museum that aims to preserve the life and times of the America's Revolutionary era. Williamsburg puts on a show and provides a variety of entertaining options, such as a tour based on ghost stories. Learn about the local witch trials as you stroll through the legendary village with your guide. Some tours visit locations that have been said to have paranormal activity. In any season, exploring the city and marveling at its beautiful colonial architecture is a delight. The Governor's Palace, a pre-revolutionary mansion that served as a residence for the British royals, is one such landmark that you should see. You have the option of staying in the Williamsburg Legend or making the quick trip up from the Hampton or Norfolk. New Orleans, LA. Great Halloween celebrations are nothing new to the Big Easy. Several stores and museums in the New Orleans specialize in selling and displaying gaulish trinkets like voodoo dolls and voodoo zombies and other such items. Voodoo has a rich and complex history among Afro-Caribbean peoples that goes well beyond the Halloween-appropriate ideas of possession and spirits. To learn more about the depths of the voodoo tradition, it's a good idea to join a tour. Going to one of the city's well-known cemeteries is another common Halloween tradition. For centuries, New Orleans has had to resort to the above-ground burials due to the city's spot in high groundwater table. Greenwood Cemetery, one of the city's most historic burial grounds, draws a large crowd every October 31. Take your time exploring the elaborate sarcophagi, but keep an eye out for the Bone Man. Stay the night in the New Orleans French Quarter. Dearborn MI Greenfield Village, a massive outdoor history museum in Dearborn, decorates with jack-o'-lanterns every October for Halloween. Over 1,000 pumpkins, many of which are intricately decorated, delight and amaze visitors of all ages. Greenfield Village is a wonderful tourist destination, and the Henry Ford Museum, located nearby, is packed with interesting exhibits that visitors can interact with, such as numerous automobiles and a collection of vintage steam locomotives. The museum is located on the grounds of the historic River Row complex, which was built by Ford. Visit Greenfield Village, enjoy the many museums and attractions it has to offer. Keep an eye out for the Headless Horseman and fuel up on some tasty apple cider and dognuts. Hot apple cider is a welcome treat on chilly autumn days in the lower Michigan. Don't waste your time in the suburbs of the Chicago when you could be budgeting a trip to the nearby Detroit. Estes Park, CO. Here's Johnny in terms of cultural significance. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, starring Jack Nicholson, needs no further justification for those of a certain age. The movie was based on a novel by Stephen King of the same name. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, provided King with the inspiration for the novel's setting. The Stanley Hotel is an iconic establishment known for its breathtaking vistas of the Lake Estes and the surrounding Rocky Mountains. There's a museum dedicated to vintage automobiles. Estes Park is a popular tourist destination because of its proximity to the Rocky Mountain National Park. Rocky Mountain National Park is home to a wide variety of wildlife, as well as beautiful hiking trails, river recreation opportunities, outsiding camping, and more. It's been designated as a World Biosphere Reserve by the UNESCO. Open areas will feel like a breath of fresh air after months of the coronavirus-induced stress. If you want to have a Halloween to remember, you owe it to yourself to stay at the Stanley Hotel. New Orleans, Louisiana. Many freaky activities will take place in New Orleans this October, making it the city's second most renowned time after Mardi Gras. It's the perfect place to spend the season because of its rich voodoo history, numerous spooky locations, and infamous party scene. Take a spooky trip to the French Quarter and see the iconic cemeteries where the deceased are buried in above-ground tombs, or visit a voodoo shop and learn about the centuries-old practice. Don't miss out on the chance to hear terrifying tales of the hundreds of people who perished in a tidal wave in Manchac Swamp on a nighttime tour. Scotland. Many people claim to have seen the cruel shadowy figure of a soulless man while touring the Edinburgh Walls, a series of abandoned, labyrinthine compartments decaying under the South Bridge that has become a strange tourist hotspot in recent years. Edinburgh Castle is rumored to be haunted by the spirits of the dead, including a headless drummer and a ghost piper. One of the most commonly cited ghost sightings at the Delahoy's Castle, a 13th century fortress turned hotel, is of a lady named Catherine. Tombstone, Arizona. Tombstone, Arizona is a great place to take the kids for a Halloween vacation because there are so many exciting events to participate in, such as pumpkin carving and costume contests, as well as ghost stories by the campfire. Boot Hill Cemetery has plenty of ghostly chills for adults to enjoy. such as the phantoms that have been seen on numerous occasions, exploring the cemetery's old wooden grave markers. That's it, guys. Have you found these places spooky enough to visit this Halloween? Tell us in the comments and hit the like button.